Criminal penalties, part 2. Who's writing all these bad checks? Criminal penalties for writing bad checks in certain areas, certain states. And the reason I say this is because if you don't have money in your banking account, then you should keep the cap on the pen and put the checkbook in a drawer until you have deposited funds that are sufficient to cover what you want to write for. You and I know this. My subscribers, my friends know this. People that hate my guts know that I'm telling the truth. But the government does not care, y'all. They don't care. They are out of control. They are above law, and they're above any recognition of what they're doing is wrong. They don't think that nothing they do is wrong. But anyway, let's move on to the criminal penalties. Alabama, check of $500 or more, fine cost not less than $500, more than $5,000. Imprisonment up to 3 years or both. $5,000 fine, 3 years in jail. $500 or more check. Alaska, issuing check for $25,000 or more, maximum fine of $50,000, imprisonment of 10 years or both. Arizona, 6 months in jail, $300 in both. If under $25, 6 months in jail, Arizona, $300 and both. 6 months and $300 in jail if the check's under $25. 5 years in prison, 1 year in county jail, $500 fine or both if the check's between $25 and $100. Do you see my point? And I'll read on a few more. Do you see my point of what I'm telling you? Let's move on a little bit here. Where amount is less than $200, first offense, up to 1 year in jail for California. Georgia, check for less than $100, fine of not more than $500, imprisonment not to exceed 12 months or both. Check for $100 or more, less than $300, fine of not more than $1,000, and 12 months in jail. Let's move on a little more. Louisiana, check under $100, imprisonment for 6 months and $500 fine. A third or more, watch this, third or more such conviction. Fine $1,000, imprisonment for 2 years. Maine, $1,000 fine, 11 months in jail or both. Maryland, misdemeanor maximum fine $100, imprisonment for 60 days, both felony maximum fine $1,000, 15 years in jail. Maryland. Felony check writing. The amount exceeds a certain amount, it becomes a felony and not a misdemeanor. Now, having said that, I want you to think about what the End Time Watchman is telling you. I want you to think about what I'm telling you today. That you as a United States citizen had better put the checkbook up, number one. No matter how tough the times get, because they're going to put you in that jail. Number two. But they're going to keep writing all the bad checks they want, and ain't nobody going to do nothing about it because they're above the law. So you tell me. You tell me, are they trustworthy? You tell me, are they trustworthy? Because I want to hear from you. I don't understand how the American people, even if they don't believe in guns or storing food, after I've read and told them about this, and the deficit being what it is, which means they're broke, beyond broke, they're writing checks their butt can't cash, and they're leaving you, and they're leaving me, and my children, saying that we got to hold the bag, and we got to pay for this. When you and me ain't got a dime from it, number one. Number two, we didn't vote for it. So you see, When I said on an earlier video, America died, the last nails in the coffins, I meant it. Because you got to understand something. No way, shape, form, or fashion would they put up with me and you doing it. No, sir, buddy. No, sir. But yet, all these financial institutions received this bailout money that the government did not have to start with, but they voted and said, screw it, let's write the checks. We got an endless pocketbook, no accountability, no nothing. But you have to have accountability, my friend, and so do I. But they don't. Now, having said that, I'm going to cut this video short. I'm going to move on to another topic that relates to the bad check writing of Congress and Senate and all that, and they're doing it every day. Every time a check goes out with the Treasury on it and they're broke, they're writing a bad check. They're writing a bad check. They're writing a bad check. They're felonies. Felony after felony after felony after felony, you see. But this is end time. I just wanted to bring that bad check issue up to you and let you know that we're dealing with a bunch of hypocrites that don't care about nothing. That's what I want you to know. That, you see, you better not write that bad check. You better just starve to death. While $150 million was spent on a friggin' charade by a foreigner to take over our country yesterday that didn't even put out the oath, didn't even say the oath. But what does it matter to the people that are asleep in America? It doesn't matter to you. It doesn't matter to you. As long as you get to watch your football game and click your clicker and drink your cold beer, all the worries go away, don't they? But I got news for you. When you get through with the ball game and you're out of beer, the worries and the problems are still there. You didn't solve them. So I got to ask you. End time's taking his time to voice and put out the truth. Why wouldn't you? Or are you just another sheep that's asleep, that's being led to the slaughter once you wake up? Because I got news for you. There's a slaughter coming. You see? And I don't want you to be in that slaughter. I want you to wake up before it's too late. Anyway, enough on the bad check deal. I think I've made my point. My subscribers and my friends know what I'm talking about. But I'd like to get this video to people that have not subscribed to me and that would just look at the issue of the check writing, that if they do it, they go to jail. But if Congress, Senate, and all those others do it, and their travel expenses that they use and all that, then when they don't have the money to do it, to go travel to the this and that and the other, which is frivolous stuff, check out Legistorm and see what I'm talking about. But they just keep going and they keep going. $2,000 a night motel rooms they're in and stuff like that on taxpayer money that they have not even confiscated yet, but they do it anyway. In other words, they're writing bad checks that their butt can't cash one of these days, and that day's coming soon. This is end time, provoking you to think, provoking you to wake up, and hoping that you will before it's too late. I'm gone.